Good morning, everybody. My name is Ty, and I'm going to give you guys a little insight and a little background information on the problem we have with immigration and how that affects California. Throughout history, there's been tension between the natives and the immigrants for competition, treatment, and now as we look in the present time, the problem we face now is the programs that aid these immigrants. Programs like DACA, Bill 130, 131, DREAM Act, or even the AB 60 bill. Republicans like Steve Knight are starting to put their feet down and give their ideology to the people of California. So a little background information about the DREAM Act is that the DREAM Act would grant permanent residence to those who completed 2 years of college. Completing a degree is not required, and under this act, beneficiaries would receive in-state tuition. As we look into the problem that's presented, many California taxpayers are angry and upset. They feel like it's unfair to aid someone that has to compete with them in the game of life. Research done by the Center of Immigration estimated the cost to the taxpayers would be nearly $6,000 each year for all the immigrants attending public institution of higher learning. We estimate a total cost in tuition subsidies of about $12 billion for the roughly 1 million illegal immigrant expected to attend the state university or community colleges. This is obviously a significant cost for taxpayers in high illegal immigration states such as California. In the counter-argument side for the immigrant party is that these immigrant aid programs will help the dreamers increase tax revenue in the long run, because once they have a college education, the recipient will earn more money and pay more taxes over their lifetime. But this could be an issue due to the high population of immigrants entering the state of California. That now older immigrants will be paying their tax money so more immigrants could attend schools. This will become a cycle, and this will hurt the economy. Even though the DREAM Act seems to be like a flawed system and needs polishing, let's talk about another bill, the AB 60. This bill allows immigrants to obtain driver's license. Many does not know the rigorous process, though. It starts with an application, which is the easy part. Bring your birth certificate from your country, an address that you lived in, or proof of schooling records. And there's many other papers that you could bring, but there's too many to name. This is to make sure that you qualify for the driver's license and to see how long you lived in this state. After that, you're able to take the permit, but you cannot take the behind-the-wheel test until Homeland Security does a full background check on you. A copy of your document is mailed to the DMV in Sacramento, which is the DMV headquarters. This is the second step. This step could take up to 9 to 11 months, but you can also be rejected if you're seen unqualified. After you take the driving test, you get your license. Now let's talk about the removal of DACA. Due to the removal of DACA, the economy would take a toll of $215 billion in output in over the expansion of 10 years, plus another $60 billion in loss of tax from the recipient. Deporting them would cost another $7.5 billion, and when that adds up to the total cost of the removal of DACA program, this comes out to be $283 billion. This compared to the loss from the DREAM Act is nothing. By ending the eligibility of immigrant workers, this caused a disturbance in the economy due to the job loss. In conclusion, both parties does not realize the impact of ending these immigrant aid programs. Even though the programs like DREAM Act is seen to damage the economy, this is nothing compared to if DACA program was to officially shut down. These programs could be improved and perfected with time. But through research and analyzing through articles, it shows that ending these immigrant aid programs will hurt the country and the state in the long run as a whole.
My fellow Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants. We were strangers once too. And whether our forebears were strangers who crossed the Atlantic or the Pacific or the Rio Grande, we are here only because this country welcomed them in and taught them that to be an American is about something more than what we look like or what our last names are or how we worship. What makes us Americans is our shared commitment to an ideal, that all of us are created equal, and all of us have the chance to make of our lives what we will. That's the country our parents and grandparents and generations before them built for us. That's the tradition we must uphold. That's the legacy we must leave for those who are yet to come.